It's time to check Adam's voicemail.
Hey Ace, this is Dan from Ohio, sitting here listening to the pod. Oh, something you might want to add to your list of things you want to do before you die. Swing a rope with a grappling hook, and then when it catches, scale the wall. I'll take your answer on the air. I've always wanted to say that.
You can leave us a message at 888-634-1744.
Yeah, grappling hooks were a big deal from like 1967 to 74.
Yeah.
Grappling, you needed a grappling hook to get along. It started with Batman, I think. Later, I think J.J. Arms, the action figure who was the actual PI who actually lost his arms, who then made a doll, I think he had a grappling hook attachment.
Yeah.
You had to grapple with your hooks back then.
Now
we grapple with our sexuality. No more hooks.
And our glue guns.
It was a simpler time when a man grappled with a hook and not his sexuality.
I don't know why I didn't do the entire podcast like this. I like this look. It's on
holding the mic,
balancing on my
It gives you
gut.
like gravitas.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I have an announcement.
All right, let's do a little more news.
So Orny's very own Boston.
Yeah.
They announced that in the majority of Boston, they're going to be banning leaf blowers, gas-powered leaf blowers.
They did that here. Did nothing.
Well, that's right.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
You can't. You call if someone breaks into your house. You call 911. They don't show up. You think they're going to show up for a leaf blower?
Well, a new report. They estimate that in 2020, the devices generated over 600,000 tons of carbon, which is equivalent to about 135,000 standard cars.
Yes.
In 2020. So, yeah, and remember, California, we're enacting a statewide ban next year on the sale of new gas-powered tools.
Wow.
Okay, so this ban has been in Los Angeles since 1999.
Yeah.
And they always miss the story of the leaf blower. There's three components, and they only focus on one and they leave out two. One, and so they go, oh, we'll go with an electronic leaf blower or whatever. Okay, what comes out of the tailpipe is that shit runs on two-stroke. Two-stroke is mix the oil with the gasoline, and that's where the black smoke and the noise comes out. And there's no catalytic converter or anything like that. So it creates a lot of pollution. But the main problem is it's louder than shit. I can't tell you how many fucking Sundays and Saturdays have been ruined by hearing, it's louder than shit. And it kicks up a huge plume of dust. So it's essentially, you're going, well, I'm worried about what's coming out of the exhaust. But what's coming out of the exhaust is going into the air and dissipating very quickly. You firing the huge cloud of dust, which is comprised of rat shit and Roundup and just spores and pollen and stuff.
E. coli.
That I have to walk my dog through.
Right.
That's the particulate part. That's the part that goes, they always go, oh, those little parts they get in your lungs, they never come out. Like that's the part. It's the people that work at the fucking mill at the factory and stuff where they're taking, MDF and medium density fiberboard or whatever, and they're milling it all day and they're living that class. The guy's got black lung. Now, because you're taking in the particulates, they don't bring up that part. They're like so focused on what's coming out of the exhaust pipe, but that's not the problem. It's the noise and the cloud.
What's the solution? Rakes?
The solution. Okay.
Okay, you're exasperated.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm exacerbated by this because it speaks of the time we're at right now.
Yeah.
It speaks of the time. I was in Maui. I was at brunch. I was sitting outdoors with 8 or 10 people that I went on this trip with. And somehow we heard the leaf blower blowing in the background. Right. And I said they should make those things illegal. And then somebody said they should be illegal, whatever. And everyone started talking about how much they hated the leaf blower.
Right.
Then I said they are illegal in Los Angeles and have been illegal in Los Angeles since 1999. And they said, why don't they enforce the law? And I said, because Los Angeles is very democratic and it's very progressive, and all the people that are using the leaf blowers are poor brown people, and they don't like the optics of coming down on poor Mexicans. That's the people they say they care about the most. And then everyone looked at me at the table and told me I was somewhere between racist and wrong. Okay. And then I said, I read an article. This is what I know. And they're like, oh, why are you being... I go, look, they don't like the optics of punishing poor Mexican people, so they choose not to enforce this law. They enforce the laws if you don't have a front license plate. They enforce every building code law, but they will let the Mexicans sell the flowers outside of the mortuary or do the pop-up taco tent in front of SoCal Stadium or whatever. SoFi, they don't like the optics of it because they're progressive, and everyone looked at me like I was an asshole. Now, all I'm saying is I was right. Everyone at the table was wrong.
What year was this?
This is 6 years ago. I didn't come up with this. It was in the Times. It was an article. This is why we don't enforce the law. We enforce every other law, but we sort of pick and choose depending on who gets busted. They don't enforce any of the Mexicans going down to the Staples Center and selling fucking ghetto dogs out of a shopping cart. They don't do it because they don't like the optics of it. The city council did. Then everyone at the table decided I was wrong, and then I told everyone to fuck off, and it was a horrible brunch, and now we cut to COVID, which is, I know you guys all have your fucking feelings. Don't punish me for being correct. I'm sorry. I know I have information. I'm sharing it with you 9 fucking dullard retards. Sorry you don't know what's going on. I'm not your problem. Go fucking work it out. This is the time we're living in. You're talking to a bunch of idiots at a brunch table. They've all ganged up and think you're wrong, even though they don't know anything about the subject. I was the only person who knows this subject at that table. But they all decided I was racist and wrong, and they were empowered with each other. They didn't want to step out because they didn't want to be hit by the mallet of the others. And so I just sat there at the table being right in front of fucking 9 people who were wrong. That's life.
Where did this burst of energy come from?
I was thinking about it earlier today. Like, what? This is why we're in the trouble we're in now. This is what just happened with COVID. I said, don't close the schools. Don't fucking do any of this stuff. And everyone looked at me at the fucking table of life and went, this guy must be removed from the table.
And how did that feel, being the asshole at the table?
I was like, listen, given the choice of being copacetic and being wrong versus being correct and being shunned, I'll take being correct every fucking time.
And where do you, at the Jimmy Kimmel birthday dinner, where do you stand in the asshole spectrum? Do you feel like a lot of people there think you're an asshole, or are you more accepted?
They think I'm on the spectrum with like Asperger's syndrome.
That's what I think.
They think it's that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So we give you a pass.
Yeah.
Oh, it's poor Adam.
He's got a syndrome.
Yeah.
Nobody has ever said poor Adam, but they do think I have a syndrome.
Where do you on the, sorry, I know I just have so many questions, and you do this 5 days a week.
Yes.
They get enough of you, these listeners.
True. Yeah.
and
they can either Orny.
And it drives people nuts when I interrupt you on this podcast. Where do you stand? Are you at the party? Are you Jimmy Kimmel's wife? Are you the number one friend?
You sit who you sit next to sometimes. There's a lot of interesting characters there. You know, people who can talk, people who have opinions.
Yeah.
Lots of laughs. So there's not a real...
Do you sit next to Jimmy, or how far away from Jimmy do you get?
I usually sit next to or across. Usually.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. But depends, you know.
It's a big deal.
It's a big deal.
Who goes up to who first? Jimmy comes over to you, or you go over to Jimmy?
You show up at the restaurant and you sit down.
But you know Jimmy's surrounded. He's a big deal.
Yeah, but these are old friends. They don't care.
I got to RSVP. I feel bad.
You got to put that in, yeah.
Yeah, I got to let them know I'm going. Or not going.
Yeah.
I haven't decided yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let me know first. I'll put in the work.
Okay.
All right. So illegal leaf blowers, but everyone misses the point. Leaf blowers. But really... Los Angeles, so the plan is this. We will enforce certain laws and not enforce other laws depending on what color the person is who's being affected by the law.
And you're saying that if the majority of the uninformed will prevail over the informed.
That's all. That's the time we're living in. A bunch of fucking dingbats calling the shots.
Has a single ticket ever been written for a leaf blower?
No.
No.
They won't enforce it. It's by the way, how is there a law that's easier to enforce?
Right.
You know what I mean? Louder and shit, standing in the middle of the street. There've been cops that have run over guys
Right.
with leaf blowers, but
Yeah.
they've not cited them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. And it just here's what it shows. It shows that they're colossal hypocrites. Colossal hypocrites. Here's a device that makes more air pollution than Ford F-350 driving around the world twice. It literally does. All you guys do is talk about air pollution. That's all you do is talk about the environment, air pollution. You made a law to say these devices that pollute way more than a fleet of Chevy vans do in a year, and you won't enforce it. So are you into air pollution or are you not into air pollution?
yeah,
That's my question. You're fucking hypocrites.
Okay. You have a good point. How about
100% hypocrites.
Yeah. How about this? How about like a leaf vacuum? Why don't they do that?
There's such a thing.
They do.
Oh, there is.
Everything,
Yeah, I have one of those.
You do?
I do.
Look at you.
everything is just everything. People are such idiots. Look,
Why? Because he has a leaf vacuum? You don't have to.
No, he's a hero.
Like that.
Thank you, Orny.
Yeah,
He's a
you're
hero.
welcome.
The point is this. You outlaw them, and then everyone goes, oh, well, that's going to add an extra 20 minutes every time that gardener comes to the house if he's got to vacuum up or he's got to buy a new piece of equipment or he's got to rake the leaves. I go, yeah. And then he's going to have to pass that on to the consumer.
Right.
So everybody who has a gardener, leaf blowers will be illegal, and it's going to cost you an extra $47 a month. There you go. We're done. That's it. That's it. Just pass it along. Fine.
I went to City Hall last month and I spoke at a hearing. Yeah, at the council hearing
You did?
about tour buses.
Really?
Yeah.
Find this footage, Byron.
Because there's a problem in my neighborhood with tour buses stopping, and they have
Oh, I'm sorry.
loudspeakers.
Tourist bus.
Yes,
A tour bus.
I thought you meant like
we call them tour buses.
Oh, but you're a comedian talking about tour buses. You think you're getting in a bus.
Yeah, Bert
Not at my
Kreischer's
level.
rolling
No,
through your
those are
neighborhood.
That's why I
other
was curious.
your other guests have tour buses.
Well, they're on the road selling out stadiums.
I'm
Orny's in town.
I'm Middle Seat Southwest.
No,
And by the way,
I am too, but
Thanks for
that's what
offering to drive me to Vegas on Thursday.
That's what I'm
Middle
saying.
Seat Southwest, because I checked in 3 minutes after the time,
No,
the takeoff
that's
time,
right.
24
You got to
hours
say
before.
tourist bus, otherwise we're
Okay,
gonna
so we have
tour
these
bus.
buses in Los Angeles that they drive these buffoons, these desperate, stupid people that want to see where people like Adam Carolla lives 1 or 2 days a week versus the other days of the week at his other houses.
Right.
They point at my house and they say in a loudspeaker, Cuba Gooding Jr. lives there.
Right.
Right? He doesn't.
No.
Now, they point at all these houses. They're loudspeakers. They cause traffic and honking. So we've been trying to get them, at least the loudspeakers. I don't mind buses coming up. I think it's kind of cool that they like our neighborhoods, but don't lie.
Right.
So I went to city council and spoke on behalf of the neighborhood. And I was proud of myself. I took time out of my day to do this. And I had to follow, you ready for this? A guy named Goat Puppet that spoke through a puppet going,
Because they're all nuts.
and he got twice as much time to speak as I did.
Wow. Well, it was him
more pause
and the
breaks.
puppet.
No, but he only spoke really as they had to sit there and indulge this.
Well, I hope you did better than Kevin Nealon.
Did he speak?
Yeah.
He spoke years ago on behalf of Bubbles the elephant.
Billy the elephant.
Billy the elephant.
What is this?
He spoke at a city council
Sounds like a
meeting.
Byron.
Yeah.
He had 1 minute to talk about an elephant that was being wrongfully kept in a
Yeah.
cage.
You do get a minute.
He ran out of material about 14 seconds in.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Well, I should have brought the recording. I did to the second. I did exactly 60 seconds. Goat Puppet went over.
They light you at 45?
Yeah, they do actually. There's a clock. I watched it counting down. I got off exactly on time.
That's
and
a pro. That's because you're a pro.
Yeah, I never run.
That's right.
And I got an applause from not the city council people, but even the tour bus drivers and owners applauded me because I said, they're stopping in the middle of the street.
Right.
Okay, so you want to enforce something that seems illegal. So why don't we start there? Mm-hmm. And then I said, if I were the tour buses, you know what I would do? I'd be a lot quieter. I wouldn't let people know you're in the neighborhood. We don't know you're in the neighborhood until you're outside of a house with a loudspeaker or causing traffic jams and honking. So and they applauded that.
How'd you do in merch?
Sold a ton of merch.
A lot of merch.
Yeah. No, these new Penn and Teller
cards. You got
merch
playing cards?
I got Penn and Teller. Yeah, I got everything.
All right. Do we have Kevin Nealon talking about Billy the Elephant?
I am Kevin Nealon, and I am not anti-zoo, but I am anti-inadequate zoo. And I just want what's best for Billy the Elephant and not what's best for the LA Zoo. And it's, I feel that.
All right, stop. He got 11 seconds in.
Yeah.
And lost his way.
Wasn't prepared.
He had a great opening line.
Well, keep it going. Sorry.
If an elephant has a choice to go to a habitat or a sanctuary, like the one down in Tennessee, I'm sure that they would take that in 1 second. From the history that we've understand about the LA County Zoo, it's not a great place for elephants. You look at all the elephants that have died there since 1975, and it's not good. So I'm in favor of moving Billy out of the zoo, as I think everybody should be, and I'm sorry that so many people are misguided with the exhibit, for the plans for the exhibit as it exists now. Thank you.
I couldn't even use his full minute.
Can I just say, probably, not only is that hard to watch, as someone who's friends with Kevin Nealon, but I think really, if you can go back, Dawson, can I just point this out? I think really the saddest part about this is nobody cares that it's Kevin Nealon. No. The girl on the right never even looks up.
She's like rolling her eyes.
Yeah, she's just, nobody cares.
Yeah.
There's the Girl Scouts are there. They don't care.
SNL alum.
Yeah.
And you could give two shits.
Yeah.
Sad.
It really is. It was a big deal for me to be.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a big deal for me. I'm not competitive with Kevin, but.
No, but you blew him out of the water in terms of addressing the city council.
Very charismatic.
Yeah.
Like, everyone goes, this guy's a pro. So even the city council, and this was shocking to me, they don't even look up. They're on their phones or they're talking to their.
Right.
I started speaking, and everybody perked up, everybody listened. Mm-hmm. I'm a pro.
Yeah. They were tuned out for Goat Boy.
Yeah, it turns out Goat Puppet.
Goat Puppet
is there every week. He's a fixture.
Oh, God.
So once I posted a video about Goat Puppet and me following him, everyone's like, no, he's there every week.
Oh.
Him and Melrose Larry, whatever that guy.
Melrose Larry is still alive?
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Norm Macdonald's dead and Melrose Larry is still alive. Oh, God. All right, well, let's go out on that super depressing note. Melrose Larry Green. Orny's got shows all over the place. Irvine Improv coming up December 8th through the 10th. See a guy that Leno gives his blessing to because he finds him so funny. He's a pro. The rest of the audience loves it. Go watch a pro work. Go to OrnyAdams.com for all the live shows. What's Wrong with Orny Adams on the pod as well. I got shows.
I'll read your dates.
Read my dates.
Okay. And this is correlates to Taylor Swift. So Adam will be in Sacramento, California at the Punchline this Friday and Saturday. In fact, there's only tickets available for the Late Show Friday. Okay?
Yeah, I feel like you could get rid of this Friday and Saturday and just go only tickets.
I'm just reading what's on the screen.
Yeah, no, I'm talking to them.
Okay.
But yeah.
Fargo, North Dakota just got a little bit warmer because Mr. Warm himself, Mr. Sensitivity will be there November 30th. How do you guys feel about your leaf blowers and your gas plows? Nashville, Tennessee.
Hot Halloween talk.
Yeah. Nashville, Tennessee, December 1st and 2nd. Not too late to hear about Adam's Thanksgiving jokes. He'll still be doing those at Zany's Comedy Club. Huntsville, Alabama. Stand Up Live, December 3rd. Las Vegas, Nevada. He'll be back at the Jimmy Kimmel Comedy Club. And then Rancho Mirage, California at the Aqua Caliento Casino. Stand Up, December 16th. They just, I just heard they just added a second show, Adam.
They added a second show.
Well. Yeah.
All right. So, until next time, Adam Carolla for Orny Adams, Chris Max Pata, saying mahalo.